Okay, so this is going to go the same way Blink and Girl in the Fireplace goes. It's Stephen Moffat, more importantly, pre-Series 5 Stephen Moffat. So, I'm going to do whatever I can to try not to just simply gush about it. But, make no mistake, I have no real criticisms. It's almost near perfect. I completely implore you to go to Netflix right now, if you have a Netflix account, or a Netflix streaming account, and watch these 2 episodes. This is probably one of my favorite 2-parters. Is it my number 1 2-parter? Yeah, that changes every week, it seems. But personally, and I stand by this, this is anything but this is anything but bad. It's fantastic. Well, let's explain why. The reason why Empty Child and Dr. Dances works for me personally is it has an unbelievably creepy, well-done atmosphere. Mainly because it's something we've seen before, but it's always cool to see again. London in World War II. It's dark, very dreary, depressing kind of mood around everything. People are afraid of being bombed. And the BBC knows how to recreate that better than anybody. Anybody. And plus, this is the start of a very interesting obsession that Stephen Moffat tends to have with World War II. He would have stories, and when he took over the show, he would have stories in his tenure that would take place in World War II, and even have another story written by himself, one of the Christmas specials, take place in World War II. So it's definite that Moffat has a love for the era. I can understand it. There's a certain, there's a certain romance about it, I guess. There's something about, the way it's set, the dreariness, trying to find hope in a very, very depressing time. So the setting up front is on the mark and really helps the story, delivers this whole thing. Then there's the we're going to call it the child itself. The child itself, I love because it goes by something that another thing that Stephen Moffat has basically made its trademark and was used by other writers in his tenure, like Mark Gatiss and with Night Terrors, is taking something very mundane, a base child fear, really, and make it terrifying. Blink, obviously, it was statues. And with the first episode of Series 5, The 11th Hour, it was a crack in a child's wall. Here, it's just a child in general, something very innocent. But once you put that gas mask on and basically make it, act very lifeless, it gives it a whole new it gives it this whole new layer of terror to it. It especially helps that it basically, and if you really do think about it, upon touching you, it mutates you into what it is, some sort of strange gas mask creature. So not only is this story making a mere child terrifying, it's technically making the game of tag terrifying. I don't know if that was an intentional idea, but I came across that a long time ago, and I'm standing by that. It's creepy. So, all in all, the story's great. It all makes sense. Now let's move to the characters, mainly the supporting cast first. The kid they got had to do a very simple job, but did it effectively, of mainly staying quiet and wearing a gas mask, mainly standing still, giving it this very not human sense to it. There's also, damn it, my brain is breaking. Sorry. Let's go with Captain Jack Harkness, because because this is a definite noteworthy part too. This is the debut of Captain Jack Harkness, a character that would kind of go way farther than I think they had planned for. From what I managed to gather, they weren't even beyond series 1. They had no intention of doing what they ended up doing with them. Make him immortal and then make him the main character of a whole new spin-off. Here he's fully formed from the get-go. He's not just, your basic, I am a guy from the future who's trying to con the Doctor. There's a little bit more to that. He tries to act very suave, very nice, tries to, essentially hit on Rose. And he's just full of charm when you find out that, it was a con because he thought the Doctor... He basically thought they were working for the Time Agency, who you find out stole a good chunk of his memory, which, from what I can remember and what I've seen at Torchwood, they completely dropped that subplot, mainly because, hey, we have a man who's immortal now, who gives a shit? That's a good excuse for anything, I suppose. So... So that whole memory thing was interesting, and we're kind of hoping it would get resolved, but no, as soon as, oh look, he's immortal, they got rid of that, which is a shame, but oh well, the guy was still cool. I especially love, because I'll let you in on this, on why this is happening. The piece of space junk that Jack was trying to sell was basically an ambulance, a medical transport in the middle of war. And it had these things called nanogenes, which is a really weird way of basically saying nanites or nanobots, but, not either making it sound different for the sake of making it sound different, or there's literally some sort of legal clause against using the term nanites. I have no idea. But let's just go with it. And you find out that they found a boy, but they don't know what a human child looks like, so they just assume, okay, that gas mask is actually part of him, and they basically put them together wrong. So technically, this is all Jack's fault. And he takes all of that blame in once he realizes this. And he doesn't, go get all hammy if I did it, no, okay. He was just, crap. He's subtle about it. You could have just easily hammed up the whole, no! But they didn't. They kept it subtle, and I appreciate that. Sorry. Got a bit of a cold going on. It's freezing up here. Then we move to Nancy, who's interesting. As soon as she wakes up, you as soon as she shows up, you just think, okay, she's this very young lady who, is suffering for all this stuff, dealing with all the problems of this war, as you'd expect, but also being very kind, helping out these children who don't have a home to go to, or family, or all that. So instantly she understands and cares for children. But as soon as you see that she knows about about the child, we'll call him the empty child again, you're interested in why the hell does she know it? Was she attacked? Was her family hit by it? Until you'll find out that, big spoiler alert, the child was, though she was trying to pose it off as her brother, was actually her son. She was at a young age, had a child. So that's what really scares her. Besides the fact that her child was turned into this strange creature, that this child continues to turn people into this strange creature and amass this insane army. So Yeah, I can see that. I can see my mom being very, very horrified at the fact that I got turned into a gas mask creature and are turning others into said gas mask creature as well. And I could talk about the main cast, but I'd be basically saying the same thing I've said before. Eccleston's probably at his best, and even in interviews he stated that this was his best story. And I could tell, he could tell when he was doing it. He shows, the right amount of fear. At times he knows when to come in and break the comedy, which is another strong part of Moffat. The man knows how to scare the shit out of you, but he also knows how to make you laugh. See Strax from The Snowman for a very recent and unbelievably well done example. And basically, once he has a few good moments. His top 3 probably goes to him telling the child to go to his room, which was a very, very kind of funny but still a tense way of resolving the cliffhanger from part 1. The whole speech he gives to Jack about how the nanogenes caused the whole problem, and he's going, they'll never ever stop. And then, of course, his big, everybody lives, just this once, everybody lives, which, to see his look of happiness, to see that no one really died this day, when, he's so used to seeing people die, especially after just getting out of a giant time war, was you cheered along with them, and you were happy with them. Moving to Rose isn't annoying. She mainly, meets Jack, has good chemistry with Jack, and plays off everyone well. She's just kind of, damsel in distress when Jack finds her. Then she's just, she brings up the whole dancing thing, which gives this title the title, what gives part 2 its title. There's a whole thing to it that's kind of subtle. She doesn't stick out, but I think that's the best thing that you could say about Rose in general, is because normally when she really sticks out, it's not a good thing from what I keep noticing. But here she's not, she's never annoying. Billie Piper plays all the beats just right, and I can't really hate any of this stuff. It's again, this is a perfect 2-parter. It's one I constantly rewatch, and I'm a little shocked it took me so long. So, that's it. Thank you for listening. And also, there you go, Vice! I got it for you! Now leave me alone! Sorry, a friend of mine has been wanting me to do this forever. Bye.